everybody? You already know who this is, don't you, guys? So do me a favor, go down there and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, guys. Try to get my subs up there to 1,000. Anyway, topic on today is I don't know, for some reason I've been more on like personal issues here lately and not on the motorcycle issues, but gonna be more like a personal type thing or experience, I guess you could call it. You know, I done a video on do what makes you happy, make sure you're happy, stay happy. That's what I'm trying to stick to, guys. It all comes down to is you gotta make yourself happy in life, and if you want to be happy, you gotta find someone else that makes you happy as well, if that makes any sense. You can be happy without somebody, but if you're out there trying to find somebody, if you're single or whatever, word of advice is make sure they're their true self up front. You know, don't let anybody put a show on for you and make you think that there's something they're not, because in the end it's going to bite you in the butt. You know, if they sit there and act the way that you're wanting them to act and doing stuff that you want them to do without them doing it prior to you meeting them or talking to them or whatever, 8 out of 10 times it ain't gonna work. It's gonna end up just falling flat on its face, and you know, it's only a matter of time until their true colors come out. When the true colors come out, you ain't got very much to go for right there. So it's like I try to tell everybody that I meet anymore, be your true self. You know, don't be something you're not. I need to know who people are. You know, it be anybody, you know, females, guy friends. I don't want to hang out with guys that sit there and try to act like there's something they're not, which I don't really have very many friends anymore, guys. The older you get, the less friends you get, and I'm fine with that, really. You know, the more friends you got, the more you got to deal with, I guess. Or I don't know, I've just had bad luck with friends over the years. It seems like most of them go behind your back and do stuff you never even knew about or tried stuff. So, you know, if you got friends like that, who needs them? So I kind of stick to myself nowadays. Like I said, when I meet anybody, I always like meeting people when they're them true selves. Don't put on some front that you're into the same stuff as me because you think that's something I'm gonna like. Yeah, it's cool that you say that, but if it's not true, then why even say it? You know, it's like relationships with females, you know, and guys do it too. You know, guys act just the way girls want them to act or be how they want them to be, and you know, 6 months down the road they're like, oh, you changed, and it's their true self come out. People can keep an act up for about a good 6 months to a year. If you live with somebody, I say about a good 6 months, and then their true colors come out. It's hard to put on a show longer than 6 months, because when you live with somebody, all your little pet peeves that get on your nerves and all that, you're going to start finding that stuff within the first 6 months. You might be able to handle it for the first 6 months, but eventually, like I said, people can usually put on a good front and a good show for a good 6 months to a year. I guess it really depends on how much time you spend with somebody. The more time you spend with somebody, the more you're going to know if you guys either connect or you clash, one or the other. So I mean, yeah, guys do it for girls so they think they're whatever girls think about guys, you know. And girls do it to guys too. They sit there and act like they're into the same stuff that you are, want to do the same things as you, and then the same thing, you know, 6 months to a year later, they're not even the same person they apparently were up front. And that's just misleading and misguiding. You know, I don't know why. That's must be like human nature, but I'm 100% my real self up front, you know, and I tell I'll tell that to anybody. What you see is what you get. You know, if people say I changed down the road, it's because you've done something to make me change. That's how I look at it. Other than that, I am the way I am for a reason. You know, I respect people until they don't show me respect. And then, yeah, what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna get respect. And then it's just a downhill fight from there. So, if any of y'all are out there looking to get in any kind of relationship anytime soon, make sure you guys are your 100% true self. And make sure you tell whoever you start talking to right out of the gate. Don't act like you're something you're not. Unless you guys are just out there looking for a one-night stand type deal. You know, be upfront and honest with everybody. That's what's wrong with today's world, is nobody's up and honest no more. Everybody's got something to hide or something to lie about. And it just blows my mind that it's just that way now. You know, people can't be honest and just tell you the truth. Even if it's just like something very little, they can't even tell you the truth about it. I've run into that so many different times now within the past several years. It's like, geez, how hard would it be to just tell the truth? Is it that hard? You know, yeah, these little things that people lie about, somebody might get mad about it. You know, for instance, I don't like smokers. You know, if somebody I'm talking to is like, hey, I don't smoke, because they know I don't like smokers, but then I turn around and find out, you know, 2 months down the road that they are a smoker, I'm gonna be like, well, they lied about that. And yeah, I would have been mad, and I typically don't like talking to smokers up front anyway, but I got mad because the whole fact you lied about something stupid. Luckily, I don't have nothing going on like that, guys. Don't have any lies going on. Talking to somebody now where, you know, we've been up and truthful from day one on everything. You know, this is how I am, this is what you see, this is what you get. No, vice versa. And so far it's working out pretty good. Not saying that we're dating right now or anything, but we're talking. And being myself, you know, it lets people know up front, right then and there, if it's something that they even want to be involved with. Because, like I said, I'm not going to act a certain way for 6 months to a year. I'm the same person I am 24/7 unless you do something to make me mad. When you make me mad, that's when I turn my switch off, and I'll do the same thing that you're doing. You know, if I'm with somebody and they stop paying attention to me, guess what? If they don't tell me why, I'm going to turn around and do the same thing. And then that just creates, like I said, a snowball effect. It just comes out to be who can be the bigger butthead about it, you know. It just, it sucks that life is that way, you know, but you got to be able to talk in your relationship, guys. If you can't talk, then you're never going to be able to get nowhere in life. Relationships ain't easy. Marriage isn't easy. I'll be the first to tell you that, guys. Marriage isn't easy, and relationships, you know, just in general, you don't even have to, I mean, marriage is, of course, a bigger step because it's all legal and this, that, and the other, and there's a lot of headaches to go through if you don't work out. But I mean, every relationship, for the most part, you got to put work into it. It's like anything. If you don't put work into it, then you got nothing really. I mean, I can't really honestly tell you anybody's relationship that I know that's solid, besides maybe Salt the Wound and Killer Miller. I'm not sure what their personal life is, but guys, like on the exterior, you know, they're great together. So, but like I said, that's on the exterior. That's what we can see. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but they don't seem like they fight very much at all. But nobody wants to fight. Who wants to fight? You know, got better things to do in life than sit there and argue every day. And that's the point where it gets to where someone gets their feelings hurt so bad that they lash out, and then they end up taking it out on everybody else. And then you know, you usually lash out on your spouse or your significant other or whatever you may call it. him or she or whatever. And like I said, that just creates that snowball effect where it just comes down to eventually somebody's going to say something that they can't unsay. You know, words cut to the bone, guys. I've heard some pretty crappy stuff out there, and I ain't gonna sit there and lie, but I probably said some mean, hurtful things myself when I get mad, and that's something I'm working on again. I used to not be that way. I got out of the habit, and then somehow it come right back, because all I've done for the past couple years is argue. So that, I don't know. That's not an excuse for me to be a crappy person like that, but like I said, I'm working on myself. Which again, that comes back down to people being upfront and honest when you first meet somebody. When somebody acts like they're somebody they're not for the first 6 months to a year, then it's like, oh man, they completely changed, and then what are you supposed to do? That's why you gotta really figure somebody out. You gotta, I don't know, sometimes you know when you know, you got that gut feeling, and other times it's like, you know, you might have that feeling that something is off a little bit, but I'm not no relationship expert, guys. I'll be the first to admit that. I have a hard time keeping mine intact. I've always got some way to screw them up. And, you know, my next relationship, I'm hoping that it would be maybe one of my last ones, or it may be my last one. Let me repeat that. You know, I'm getting too old to be out there, you know, anymore. And, you know, certain people, you know, you gotta have a certain type of person that can handle the way you are. I've got my issues, trust me, I do. You know, like I said, guys, this is way off topic on anything motorcycle related. I'm just talking about life again, and way off topic anyway. Some of my issues is I'm not controlling to I guess you call it controlling, but it's not controlling. To a point, you know, I manage my money very well. And when it comes to money, I can be controlling on being very anal on how my money is spent. You can ask anybody. Everybody says I pinch pennies, and by God, that's what I usually do. If there's a way to budget, that's one good thing I'm good at doing, is saving money and budgeting. I mean, other than that, I don't know. I'm an overthinker bad. I've been done so wrong in the past that when I got time to sit by myself and all that, I think of every worst possible outcome there is, and it just eats at me. And I know it's not the other person's fault. It's stuff that's happened to me in the past, and I just can't get over it. I think that everybody is going to do the same thing. And that is what has ruined some of my relationship, is because I have that mindset going into it. So I'm working on that as well. Relationships are just hard, guys. Like I said, it's not a one-way road, it's a two-way road. You both got to put in the work and the effort. It can't be somebody putting 100% in, the other one putting 50% in. It's not going to work that way. You've got to make a commitment to whoever you're with on that you guys are going to try no matter what, and give it 110% 24/7. Yeah, you guys might fight, you might argue, but at the end of the day, you guys got to forgive and forget about it. You don't go to bed hating each other or mad, because then you're just going to wake up and you're going to be mad. So don't do that. You know, life is too short to sit there and be angry all the time. If you get mad, you know, yeah, you might argue and fight for about 30 minutes or an hour, but you know what? I'm the type of person who tries to blow it off after I cool off. Like, give me 30 minutes, I'm good. Depending on the situation, but most of the time I'm good. If it's just like a normal argument about, hey, you didn't do this for me when you said you would, give me 30 minutes to an hour and I'm cool, I'm fine. Anything else, you know, depending on how severe it is, yeah, you might be talking a little bit longer, but still, at the end of the day, and I was bad about doing that too in my past. Like I said, when someone does something to me, I do the same thing back to give them a taste of their own medicine. And it don't help out relationships at all. You guys got to stay working at it. That's all I can say. And I don't know, guys. You know, like I said, I'm hoping my new relationship that I'll have, I'm hoping that when it happens, that me and this other person that I find or whatever are able to be on the same page. You know, that we can be upfront with each other. You know, that there is no fake identity. There is no, I like the same stuff you do because that's what you want. No, I don't want that. I want you to be you. If it ain't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. You know, there ain't no sense of being like, oh yeah, I like doing what you do just so we can date or whatever. No, it don't need to be that way. Just tell me, you know, just be yourselves. And that's how I'm gonna look at this next one, guys. Is when that time comes, I want that person to be them true selves from the get-go, and hopefully we just hit it off or something, and we'll take it a day at a time. Anyway, I'm done rambling about relationship issues because nobody wants to watch that stuff. You know, this is a motorcycle channel. Nobody wants to watch relationship issues on here, but that's what come up in my head, guys, when I was riding today. And so that's what I wanted to cover a little bit because, you know, I'm at a happy point in my life. I mean, there's only a few things that can make me a little bit happier, but, you know, overall, I'm happy. I'm good. I know God's doing things for me, even though He shouldn't. And that's one thing, you know, like I said before, everybody always says that when God closes one door, He'll open another. And I know I've not been right in my ways for a while, so maybe this is an eye-opener. So it's time to get my head out of my butt, and it's time for me to be the man that I'm supposed to be. I've got a son. He needs to see the right way. He's the right way that, you know, a woman should be treated, the right way a family should be. Kids shouldn't see the arguing and fighting day in and day out. And that's one thing I have regretted. My son has seen quite a bit of arguments, and that was the reason why my first wife and me split up, is because we argued so much. I didn't want him to see that when he got older, and guess what, guys? I ended up doing it anyway. But guys, ride safe, stay safe. You know, hopefully you don't mind me rambling on about my personal life and relationship issues, but y'all have a great day, guys. Peace.